Hello everyone. So this video is going to be showing you how where I have my England women's cards stored, and what's currently in the collection. So I've shown off bits before. For instance, I did a video showing my Panini Lionesses Eternity base set being completed. Some of those autograph cards are in this case. I've previously shown off some of my parallels I've bought and stuff like that, but this is my whole England women's collection. So firstly, it's stored in this card storage case. I currently have a 3-row case. So these are designed for slab cards, but they perfectly fit mag cases and top loaders. So I did a separate video, I'm not sure which order I'm going to put them up, showing off my non-England women's cards. So any club stuff or international from other teams. This is all England cards. So I've got a few sections. It's mainly the Lionesses Eternity set. I went very, very big on collecting it. I'm a massive fan of the Lionesses team. So that's the bulk of this box. I've also got my Panini Best of England cards parallels in here as well. So I'll show you all of those. So firstly, what you'll see is all the cards are, the bulk of the cards are in mag holders. So as I talked from previous video, they're in these mag cases. They are in the mag bags and they've got the mag stickers on. So the bulk of them got the stickers on. Some don't have stickers on because I've run out, pretty much. When I get some new ones, I will update them. I'm currently also working through putting them into these updated mag bags. So they're all in there to keep them nice and protected, avoid the cases getting scratched. And it also just makes them all look nice and uniform. So this first section is all of my parallels from the set. So I'll just get this chunk out to start with. So the first thing in here is my Frank Kirby selection. So I'll start with this card. So I did a video when I received this. This was my first one-of-one of Franz from the set. I pulled this in a break. It's the only time I've pulled a card from a one-of-one from a break. I've pulled 2 from a break. The previous one I hit wasn't something I wanted to keep in my collection, but this was. So I was very excited when I pulled this. Later on, I then had the opportunity to buy this card. It became available online, and this is her base card. So the other one was the Represent one-of-one, and this was the base card one-of-one. So you see it just there. I have then since completed the whole rainbow for that card. So I've got the out of 5, I've got the out of 10, I've got the out of 25, and I've got the out of 50. So I firstly got the out of 10. I got this one from a break. I then bought the out of 1. And then I bought these 3 off the same seller on eBay. I actually got the out of 25 and out of 50 last to complete that selection. I've then got some out of 5 parallels. So I've got the Serena Wiegmann Artistic out of 5. From a couple of breaks, I got these Lucy Bronzes out of 5. So I've got the Eclipse and the Represent. And then I actually got 2 of these in the same break. This is the Jess Carter debut gold out of 5. Then I think I'm going into a lot of my out of 10 Represent parallels. So this is the set I've been working on the most. So I've got the red out of 10 Represent cards. I've got them all pretty much in mag holders. So this is the Serena. So the first ones you'll see are pretty much all the starting 11 from the Euros final, which is what I was focusing on. So then I've got the Hampton, the bronze, which I showed off recently when it arrived in the post, Jess Carter, the captain, Leah Williamson. Just get another chunk out. So I've got Greenwood. Neef Charles came off the bench, scored one of the penalties. Kira Walsh, Stanley, and Clinton. Got Jess Park. Don't think she actually came on in the final. She did take part in the tournament. Got the Kirby. Obviously, she didn't go to the tournament. She retired. Got Ella Toone, Chloe Kelly, Beth Mead, Alessia Russo, obviously scored the equaliser for us, Lauren Hemp, and then I think I've got 4 more. I've got the Mary Earps, Esme Morgan, and Beaver Jones. Then I've got my last red parallel, which is the Just Card debut out of 10. And then finally, this next selection is my Together cards. So I've got the full pink set out of 25, so there's 10 of these. So this is the Hampton Bronze in the pink/magenta parallel. I've got the Carter Greenwood, James and Charles, Clinton and Letitia, Williamson and Bright. And then this should be the other 5. So I've got my Stanway and Walsh, the 2 midfielders, Kirby and Kelly. Still not sure what the combo is with these 2, but it's another one. Got the 2 younger players, Park and Beaver Jones, Mead and Hemp, and then the Russo and Toone. And then finally on the parallel side, I've got a artistic magenta pink of Lucy Bronze, of Kira Walsh, Chloe Kelly, Lauren Hemp, Georgia Stanway, and Neef Charles. And then I've got a pink represent of Kirby, pink eclipse of Kirby, pink debut of Kirby, then the green represent debut, milestone and eclipse. Then this next section here are some of the autographs. I had these out on display. I've taken them off display because if you put them on display too long, the autographs can fade. But these are my favourite 8 players from the team that had autographs. So I have the Hannah Hampton, the Lucy Bronze, the Greenwood, Williamson, Toone, Kelly, Hemp, and Russo. So for a lot of these players, these were their first autographs, and they were their first and today only England autograph cards. So that's all my Lionesses Eternity stuff. So what I've tended to do is my main set has been this represent red set. Obviously getting any Frank Kirby's in there as well, Lucy Bronze cards. I've been selling any of the parallels I don't like as much, the greens and the pinks especially. And then just building the collection up from there. The next section, I believe, is Donruss World Cup stuff. This one was by itself, so this is a Frank Kirby one from the Adrenaline World Cup set. So then this next section has a few of the Donruss World Cup stuff. So these are 2 of the case hits that England had, the Intergalactics. So Williamson had one, and so did Lucy Bronze. So I have both of them. Then I've just got a few rogue non-England stuff. I just bunged them in this case. They should go in my other storage bit really. Christine Sinclair autograph, a Hansen silver, and then a couple of red parallels of Hegerberg and Blackstenius. And then back to England. I think first a few. So these are all Net Marvel parallels. So the rarest one I've got is an out of 23 pink of Lauren Hemp. I've then got reds out of 299 of both. So we had two in the set. We had the bright and the hemp. So these are the red parallels out of 299. These are the blue parallels, my favourites, out of 99. And then there's the orange parallels out of 49. And then the final card from this collection is a Mary Earps base card parallel, her rookie out of 49. So that's the Donruss section, and then the final row is my Best of England selection. So I've got my Mary Earps out of 99. So this is the full 14 card blue set. So I've got Bright, Bronze, Houghton, Daly, Greenwood, Williamson, Scott, Stanway, Walsh, Kirby, White, Paris and Vegan. I have the full set in silver as well, which is in a binder, but I've got the full 50 card men's, women's, rookies and legends, so they're staying in the binder. These are then some just parallels from the set. I've got the out of 10 Kirby, out of 49 Houghton, and out of 49 Kirby. Unfortunately, I don't have the 1 of 1 black of Kirby. I've then got 10 of the red parallels here, and I'll explain where the other 4 are. But this is again the same players, so Bright, Scott, Greenwood, Paris, and Earps. And then I've got Houghton, so origin of this one's probably the most important of them. So in my very first box I bought back in early 2022, I think it was, I got this card and I've had it ever since. Personally, the reds are my favourite parallel from this set. So a few months ago I got the last card needed for this set, and then I ended up doing the blue set. So I've got Houghton, Bronze, Daly, Stanway and Kirby. So if anyone didn't know, this was the first set that women's cards featured in an England set. So it's quite an important set. And this was also prior to the first Euros win. So for a lot of the players, this is their essentially like Euros winning cards from that squad. To show where some of those missing cards were, just panners up to my display shelf. So currently I have one shelf displaying my England women's cards. So I've got the 4 red cards I didn't just show. So I've got the Vegan, Williamson, Walsh and White. And then I've got 4 of my Lionesses Eternity parallels that I didn't show. So I've got my debut out of 10 parallels of Bronze, Greenwood, Kirby and Hemp. And that's basically my full collection, how I store them. So I need to work through putting these into updated bags. As you'll see, they're sort of coming loose, some of them. They're a bit bulky because these are team bags for basically storing large amount of bulk cards in. So I've got some mag bags now, which is what, for instance, these autograph cards are in. So these are a lot tighter, got a lot less room on the sides, and the overlap of the flap is a lot less. So they store a lot nicer. So I'm going to go work through changing them over. I've done it so far for my F1 cards, and then this is going to be one of my next ones I work through. I think I've already done it for all of these represent cards as well and stuff. So, and then the cards that don't have the stickers on, I'm going to be changing them once I get a new batch of stickers in. But yeah, this is basically my most favourite cards. As I said, my England cards are my favourite part of my women's collection. So I'm slowly building on this. It's part of why I've not posted as many like box openings or women's cards updates, because I'm now being very selective of what I buy and when, because it needs to be something that grows this collection, and the cards I need are typically a bit more expensive. So I have to be a bit more selective when I buy them. So like these red represent cards don't come up for sale very often. And I'm only now missing the Lauren James from the team that played in the final. So this will slowly grow. But obviously, as you can see, it's got a lot of cards already in here. And they're stored nicely in this case. It's of decent quality, is this case. It does the job really nicely protecting them. And yeah, that's just the video I wanted to show off for today. So hope people maybe took some inspiration or enjoyed seeing all the cards. And I'll catch you for a future video.